Hello! Today is Tax Tuesday. I hope you up, perky, and ready, because guess what I am? I had my little coffee today, and I'm ready to go. Hallelujah. Yes, I am. This is K Powell. Tax Tuesday. Can somebody say Tax Tuesday? What up? What up? What up? Speedy Tax Services. So I'm coming to you live in California, and I'm being streamlined and helped by Black Small Business Association. I love y'all, California. Shout out to you guys. So anyway, so Selena and Dr. Danae and Lena. Hello, my girlfriends. I love you. Anyway, it's Tax Tuesday. I better say a shout out to my people too. So Crystal Singleton, who runs the Plumas Lake, and Lawana Williams. And then, of course, to my lovely son, Marvin, who runs the bookkeeping. Good morning, Vanessa. How are you doing? So let's talk about what's going on. So everybody call me, where's the next stimulus? When's the next stimulus? Well, there are some stimulus that are coming out. It's just not for everybody. But the next stimulus coming out is July 15, and that's the child tax credit. So that is for people that have children. Yes, it does. So the great news is that IRS announced that they're opening a portal. I went online, and there is a portal on there to register for the child tax credit. Right now, though, when I went online, the portal was just for people that are non-filers. So if you're not required to file taxes and you have not filed your taxes, then you can file the non-filers, so you can tell them what's going on in regards to qualifying for this child and dependent care credit. Now, the child tax credit is $300 for 5 and under and $250 for 6 through 17. So when you go on IRS, I already went on there. It said about you click the tab that says Advanced Child Tax Credit. And then what you do is it gives you some questions. It talks about if you have, if you're a non-filer, then that part is open. There is going to be another portal open to update information, but today, the non-filer. So if you know people that are on Social Security or that don't work or whatever and have children, then this is the place that they need to go. And what you'll need to do to use this tool is you'll need your name, your mailing address, email. You're going to have an email address, the date of birth, Social Security numbers for you and your dependents. You need a bank account number if you have one. And if you have a PIN, then you need to put that into there too. So the maximum credit for 2001 as a 21 is $3,600. That's $300 for children 6 and under 6, and $3,000 for children between 6 and 17. So the first payment is coming out on July 15th. And so you don't have to, if you filed your 2021 credit, you don't have to go and do anything. So we've got July 15th, and then the next one's August 13th. Then it's September 15th, October 15th, November 15th, and December 15th. 6 payments coming out. And so that's really what you need to know about that. Is if you don't want it, when this next portal comes out, you can say, I exercise not to get it right now. You don't have to get it. It's not something that you have to do. So that's something you want to look at. Let's see here. I do have a couple pages missing. Let's see where it is. To be eligible for it, you would go online. It'll tell you who's eligible for it. It'll tell you how to get it. And there will be more coming out in regards to updating your address, adding new dependents, taking off dependents also, because you want to be honest, and you don't want to get it if it's somebody else's, so you can remove dependents. Update your bank information. So stay tuned for that. But they're sending letters out right now to everybody that's qualified that they have online. But the non-filers is available for you to file for. And so I'm excited about that because of the fact that this is going to be a help for people. And people say, well, what do I do with the money? Well, you can pay for education for your children. You can take the money and pay for food, clothing, rent, anything like that. So it's really strange how I get people that say, oh, well, are you going to hand over a 10-year-old $300? No, this is for the care of your children. That's why it says child care. It's not to hand it over to them. And I got some really crazy children that tell their mom, that's my money. That's my money. Give me my money. Well, I want to spank them myself. But anyway, I can't do that. But don't be irresponsible and allow your child to do that. Some of the frequently asked questions is, what do I do to unenroll myself? Well, when the new portal comes up, it's going to be called Child Tax Credit Update, the update portal. That's where you can unenroll yourself if you don't want to get it. That's where you can change information and add your children. So let's see if I have anything on qualifying. What is the qualifications for it? I'm trying to look for my, because I'm, the person that's doing this stuff. So I got to look and see. So it says a single filer with children under 17 making up to $75,000 will receive the full payment for each child. Those earning up to $90,000 will get a reduced amount. So that's the qualification. Joint filers, that means married, with children making up to $150,000 will get the full credit, and it'll start reducing earning up to $170,000. So that's the eligibility for that. It says single filers making over $200,000 and joint filers making over $400,000 will be eligible for the old credit, which is $2,000, and that will be when you file your taxes. But you will not be getting it now. So that's the next stimulus that's coming out. The president really, that was part of his campaign, was helping children. So hopefully when you get this money, it'll make a difference in the economy. So next I'm going to talk about is tax refund for unemployment benefits. So I just wanted to make it clear that IRS is now sending out refunds, but what it is not the $10,200. That's the tax break. So if you make $20,400, the first $10,200 will be not taxable. And so it could change your tax return. So if you file your tax return in February, one of the first ones get them out in March, and they still hadn't ruled on this, and you pay full taxes on, say, your $20,400, what IRS will do is they're going to make an adjustment. And then if you have any money coming back, they're going to send you that money. The funny thing about it is some people, when you make that adjustment, it qualifies you for other credits, but IRS will not give you those other credits. You will have to amend your taxes to get any other credits that you may be eligible for. So you may want to call your tax person and find out about your amendment. So who's your tax person? Not the Ghostbusters. It's Speedy Tax Services. So give me a call if you need your taxes amended. And yes, that's a service I provide. And so that service will cost you, but it won't cost you an arm and a leg, and it'll be worth it. So the unemployment, and you can go on, IRS says they have a place. It says, check the status of your unemployment tax refund. IRS says eligible individuals should receive Form 1099-G from the state unemployment, the total unemployment. Some states may. The IRS on applications like, where's my refund? And there's an amended, listen to you guys, there's an amended return status tool, which will tell you about, they should tell you about your IRS tax refund and when you should get it. The IRS said, don't call them, just wait and find out. And you can look in there. If you don't have a tool, account, you can also look at IRS and set up an account and log into there. And then that way you should be able to see what's going on in regards to your transcript and if there's any more additional refunds that are coming to you. I know that seems like a little confusing, but if it ain't confusing, it ain't IRS, right? No, okay, IRS, don't fire me. I'm still, I'm still looking for you, and I'm still working for the person, and I'm just telling the truth. woo about IRS. So the next thing, we're still talking about stimulus. Isn't that interesting? Or we're talking about getting money. So next we're going to talk about the Golden State stimulus. Why are we talking about that? Because I live in the Golden States. That's right. And so you have an opportunity to get 600 or 1200. And I've talked to some people and the money is going out. Now, the number one thing to qualify for it is that you have to make 75,000 or less to qualify. You have to file your 2020 taxes. That's stimulating that, your 2020 taxes, or you have to be part of CalWorks, or you have to qualify for EITC, Earned Income Tax Credit, through filing your 2020 taxes. So that's very important if you want to get that. Everybody's saying, well, I'm telling you, I would not frown down on no $600 or $1,200 stimulus money. You don't have to pay it back. You ain't paying taxes on that. And it is to help the low income. So everybody's calling me. This is to help boost the low income people. So you say, man, I make 75,000, I'm low income. Well, I don't call it, they call it. So anyway, for low income to qualify, so you have to make 75,000 or less. You have to qualify for EITC. You have to qualify for that earned income credit in order to get this $600. But they're also just sending it out to people that are on CalWorks and different things. You have to have your 2020 taxes filed by October 15th. Oh, okay. No, not April, October. Because there's an automatic extension for California people if you don't file your taxes. So you need to file your taxes to get that done. My last topic, woohoo! I know. My last topic is small business. So I'm going to talk a little bit about small business because I've gotten a lot of calls, and small business is the backbone of the United States. So what do I want to say about small business? You know, I've done some workshops with Black Small Business Association. I do counseling and consultation with people. And I think one of the main things I want to talk about in a small business is that if you haven't learned anything in the last year, you should learn that it is very important to have your paperwork together. So small business is your foundation of it. First of all, is to have the structure. Are you a sole proprietor, LLC, partnership, corporation? First, you got to figure that out. Then the next thing is that if you want to qualify for these grants and different things, and we don't know what else they're going to come up with the next 10 years, you got to have your paperwork done. You need to have a bank account. Separate your personal from your bank. I know it's tough, but just take a structure. Learn that it's important to have your business separated from your personal, especially because when it's time to do taxes, I only use my business for my business. I don't intermingle any personal. If I want to use the income from that, I just transfer it to my personal, but I keep everything. So at the end of the year, I look everything on there, I can reconcile, and it's all business. So if I want to give you a tip, my tip is have a good business structure, have a business account. And then the next thing to do is to make sure that you figure out how you're going to keep your account. So receipts fade. I recommend a bookkeeper, or you can even do it yourself. If you're good at it, reconcile on a monthly basis, so you'll know what your expenses and what your income is. It's very important. Set up a business budget. So I just want to give you a tip. Say you make $10,000 a month in your business. Man, you got a good business making $10,000 a month. But I know a lot of small business owners that do. There's things that you want to look at. First of all, what's your budget? Your budget is before you start spending like crazy, is to figure out how you're in your budget. You're going to figure out, okay, this is my expenses. This is what I got to pay. I got to pay my rent, booth rent. I got to pay, I need to pay for my bills on supplies, my insurance. So you're going to look at your expenses that you need to pay first. Then you're going to look at, okay, what's coming up? Do I need money for coming up? So you're going to take some money for expenses that are upcoming before you get paid again. Then you're going to look at, I would recommend a little savings. So the savings is so your business can mount to something. And then the next is, say you have 5,000 left after you've done all that. How much are you going to pay yourself? You're going to take, say, 3,000, 4, even 5, whatever you need. And then you're going to transfer it over from your bank account over into your business account, your personal account. And that is going to be paying yourself. Everybody say, how I pay myself? Take the money from your business account and transfer it over into your personal account. Write a check from your business account to the personal account. Transfer online, but make this a factor. Oh, the other thing that you want to do is you want to save money for taxes. Oh my God, businesses. You can contact me or you can try to figure it out yourself. You can pay estimated taxes at irs.gov. You have to pay taxes. So what happens is, and what I found out is that you make 100,000, but you want to write off 80,000 so you don't have to pay no taxes. But then what you do is you change your ability to buy something. You want to buy a house, you want to buy something, but line 31, now y'all ought to know about that now. Line 31 is 0 or a minus. Well, you can't buy a toothbrush. You can't buy nothing with a minus. So and that's for poor planning. So am I preaching to you? Yes, I am, because I love you. And you got to get yourself in position to receive this money. It says, how do I know if I should be paying estimated taxes and how much I have to pay for my business? Hi, Nikita, how are you? So how you will know is if you're making money and no taxes is coming out of your income, if you're self-employed or you're a 1099 or you're just not, you're a sole proprietor, then you're going to have to pay taxes. How do you figure it out? Well, you can call me, Nikita, because I'm your tax person. I can help you figure that one out. And for you, it's free. Anyway, or an estimate. So quarterly taxes. Today, the second quarterly taxes is due June 15th, September 15th is the third one, and January 15th. So you would estimate how much money you've made this quarter, and then also look at what other money, like for Nikita, she's married. So I would have to also think about what tax bracket she's going to be in with her income and her husband's income. And then I will tell her what her estimated taxes are. You would go to irs.gov and pay your estimate taxes. That way, in next year in January, your lip ain't hanging down and you ain't crying, or you trying to avoid me because you haven't paid no taxes and you don't want to see that bill of 17,000 or something like that. But if you chop it up and start paying taxes as you go through the quarterly, then it'll be less painful. And the fact that you will feel so much happier, you'll be skipping to the tax person if that's able to be done. So you can do that. And if you don't want to come to me, that's fine. Just say you think I'm in the 22% tax bracket. What you have made from January to April or January to June, go and pay on irs.gov estimated tax bracket. If you don't, okay, great. I get you, Nikita. So call me. I will help you. If you don't, you have penalties. You're going to pay taxes. If you wait and say, well, I'll just wait and I'll save the money because nobody want to give up the money. I'll just wait until next year and then I'll pay the taxes for 2020. Guess what? Penalty. IRS is saying you are supposed to pay taxes as you earn it, just like a W-2 person pays every month. A person that's a 1099 or just a sole proprietor should be trying to figure out how to pay taxes as they go. So I hope that was a help to you. You know, I really want to help the structures and businesses get in position. Okay, the final thing is you got to file taxes. As you notice, I got all kind of calls from people saying, I didn't get the PPP. I didn't qualify. Why? Because I hadn't filed my taxes. I ain't filed my taxes. I know it's scary. I try to make it as pleasant as possible. I know it's a big chunk of meat to swallow, but you're missing resources. You're missing grants because you don't have. And then what I get is, I don't know what I spent. I don't have no idea what my expenses are. That's why you need to swipe everything with your business ATM card. But you got to file your taxes. Everybody, and then some people, the game is they was making it up. Well, they're doing what they call a 4506T they're smart now, the federal government. They checking with IRS to make sure that there's a transcript there that shows that you actually filed taxes. So you crooks, you hooks, you fakes, that's not going to work. You're going to get yourself in jail because IRS ain't nobody to play with. So I hope that was able to help you today. So my last part, and I'm going to make it quick. Man, I already went 20 minutes, and I don't like to go longer than that. Just to quickly tell you, SBA. Now, as I said, the guru of the small business is the Black Small Business Association. They are the guru. Hey, Lena and Selena, my girl, and Dr. Danae, they are the experts. But I'm going to tell you, I went on the SBA site. I've been helping people. We know right now PPP is closed. People are still struggling, trying to get the second round, trying to get their PPP money. And now SBA has put out the new forms for, actually, they're at the forgiveness stage. You can actually go for forgiveness straight at SBA or through your lender. But the forgiveness stage has started now, and there's short forms. There's like 3508S and X, where all you got to do almost is just sign the paperwork, and you could get the forgiveness. It's the simplest thing as possible. And then you're going to say, well, if it's so simple, can you do it for free? My time is valuable. I want to do it for free, but it is going to cost you a small fee to do the forgiveness. I just have to tell you, and depending on how much work you are, if you don't have none of your stuff together, it could cost you a little bit, but we hope it's going to be small. But it's important. They're at the forgiveness stage right now. So for the first and second PPP, I pray that you put your paperwork in. Don't pay that grant. If you can help it, don't pay that loan. Make it a grant, make it forgiveness. And that will be very important. The Restaurant Revitalization Fund, it is still providing funding to help restaurants and other eligible businesses keep their doors open. So if you are a restaurant, like a food truck or anything like that, there is still money available. And it says they have up to $10 million per business that's available. And recipients are not required to repay the funding as long as the funding is used by March 11, 2023. So if you take the money and you just stack it, you got to pay it back if you don't use it. And you'll have to show proof you use it. But the Revitalization Fund is more of a grant, and you don't have to pay it back. And it's to help restaurants. There is so many restaurants, food trucks, there's cooks, people that go out. I know all kind of people eligible for this. So I'm asking you to go on sba.gov, and there's a question and answer section. There's a thing that says apply here. Of course, you're going to have paperwork. You can't do nothing without paperwork. You probably need a bank account. You need to show you have a loss. You need to show you have a need. So there are paperwork and questions you have to answer. But guess what? It's a help and it's a fun. The next one at SBA is the Shuttered Venue Operators Grant. Now, the reason why I'm talking about that is because of the fact that there are a lot of shuttered venues. So what are those? Those are like musicians, bands, art places, museum places, those kind of things. The Shuttered Venue Operators Grant, SVOG program, and it was established for hard hit small businesses and nonprofits and Venues Act. And it is to help those organizations and to receive money. Now, there is a place on SBA where you have to look. You can't get everything. Like once you get the Shuttered Venues Operators Grant, then you can't qualify for like more PPP that's coming up. So what they're trying to do is keep the money where it's not all somebody is getting all the money and not sharing with other people. So when you go on SBA's website, if you scroll down, if you look at COVID relief option, and then you scroll down, it's going to show you the different programs like PPP, EIDL, and all of that. And what it's going to also show you is what you can get and what you can't get. Lastly, I'm going to talk about the EIDL. So the EIDL is called the EIDL program. So the EIDL program right now is looking for, they put this thing out about, hey, the EIDL program, there's different options. One of them is the target. So the targeted applicants, those are people that live in low income areas and experience a 25% or less decrease between 19 and 20. And then they have the supplemental targeted, which is a 50%. So, and they've opened it out to everybody. So that's a $10,000 grant for the targeted, and a additional $5,000 if you qualify for the up to $15,000 if you qualify for the supplemental, which is a 50% loss. You have to live in a low income area and you have to prove. So when I applied for somebody, it actually had me put what you made in January of 19 and what you made in January of 20. And then when you get down to the bottom line, then it has to be at least a 50% loss to qualify for the supplemental, and a 25% loss. I think that's right. 30% loss to qualify for the targeted. So that's very important. That money is still out there. I need to talk to Heather or somebody about what's going on about that increase. Give me my money. So they said that we could get 4 times the amount. They were increasing the idle. You could come back and get more money. Everybody pushed a button. They put in, I want the additional money. And I don't know. Some people, if you got it, let me know. Please tune in and let me know if you got the idle increase amount. I have looked at some other people. I know people have gotten the advance. I don't know if people have gotten the increase amount. So if you've gotten the increase amount, let me know so I can find out. And I'm going to call Heather at Small Business Association in Sacramento and say, what's going on with that program? So anyway, that's all I have today. I appreciate the opportunity to come to Tax Tuesday. Call me if you need your estimated taxes done. I think that's so important. Let's plan for next year. If you have any questions, please let me know. And if there's anything you want to know, additional, let me know. So Heather Luzzi, yeah, I'm going to be calling her so I can find out what's going on. So I appreciate you, BSBA. I hope that my fans are the people that want to know information. I hope that I was able to provide some good information for you, and that if you need anything, that you'll call me. My contact information is going across right there. And wow, I think I've talked long enough. 27 minutes, that's long. So I thank you for listening in today, and I'm done. I'll see you next Tax Tuesday. God bless. Y'all take care. And I hope that you get the money that you need, and that your business is successful, and that your taxes are done impeccably. So God bless you all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.